basically. It's pretty much the same. It's easy to convert one model into the other.
So how does the sun get back around again?
Yeah,
Why is it always light somewhere on the Earth?
Have you looked at the flat Earth model? The sun just moves around the top of the planet, no?
Yeah.
So what's the question, dude? Bud?
Of the moon.
But
Okay.
if it was flat, it'd cover the light would always be on the whole Earth.
No, because it's closer to one end than the other. So on the other end, it doesn't get as much light, and it's nighttime. I imagine, no?
Yeah. Like if you hold the
But
light
then you
bulb
still
up
see
against
it
a
in the
wall,
sky.
it doesn't light up the whole wall. There's a concentrated area of light.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, I have a really good question.
but
Then when do you see the
hold
sun?
on. Before we move on, the original question still stands of like how do seasons then exist, right?
Oh, so it's
Why
so the sun is further away.
Why not focus on the really basic physics questions instead of going into really abstract questions about the existence
I
of
have a very
seasons?
basic one.
I know he just
Like this. Question. Earth is flat. Is the sun a disc like the Earth, or is the sun a circle?
Oh my God! Why does the answer to this matter?
You'll see.
It makes no difference.
Wait, do you know
Yeah,
if the
I
sun
don't
is a
know.
disc?
I don't have any evidence
First of
one way
all,
or the other.
a circle isn't a three-dimensional object; it's a two-dimensional object.
Sphere.
Do you think the sun? Do you think the sun is a sphere or a disc? What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
I believe in gravity, dude.
What does that have to do with it being a? Okay.
Wait,
how do you know it's a
wait,
sphere?
no, 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 no. Hey,
No,
there's
shut
actually
up! Oh my God! Prove that it's a sphere.
there is actually a good way to prove that it's a sphere. There's
How?
been people have looked at the sun using special instruments, and you
Hubble
can see different
telescope.
spots on the sun.
How do you know
You
that
need to
it's
see
not
on
just
the-
spots rotating around a two-dimensional sphere or like a two-dimensional disc?
See, this is why I want to talk with you, Destiny, because you fucking.
Well,
you
just
get
focus on the
logic
really
as well.
easy, basic physics things instead of doing these like really abstract concepts that you can't even prove. Like you can't prove to me that the sun is a fucking sphere. like, why not just stick to the
moon changes shapes? Okay. How does the moon change shapes? Does the sun rotate in circles, or does it go around and
The
under
moon
the
doesn't
Earth?
matter. dude.
No, the most
I
important
saw the
thing
moon as a
rather
full circle. Then the moon
Wait a
should be
minute.
opposite
Okay,
of the
can
sun
we-
for me
okay,
to see
here,
as a full
let's
circle
do-
on a flat Earth.
Let's do.
Or it could also
Why
be a
not?
lunar crescent, which
Keep
is
yelling.
I'm just trying to ask, why does the moon change shape? Does this, if the sun goes around the Earth and weighs more than just like directly on a 2D, like going straight around instead of under and shit like that, how does it do that? Because I mean, the moon will always be just a plain moon if it goes completely opposite. The moon changes, which means the moon goes at a different speed, or fucking it falls down. Explain that. The moon, the sun.
So you believe the moon reflects the sun's light, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well you can prove this isn't the case. The moon actually is self-luminescent. It gives off its own light, and the sun gives off warm energy, and the moon gives off cool energy. It's the divine opposite. That's why they appear the same size in the sky from our perspective. And now the way they explain this away in the heliocentric model is the sun is 400 times larger and it's 400 times farther away, and that's why they appear the same size. Which, come on, that's fucking ridiculous.
Opposites. Question.
Got him.
Is there an
You can
opposite?
hold on, no, I'm not done. You can test this. You can prove the cool light thing by measuring the temperature in the moonlight and then in the shade of the moonlight, and it'll be cooler in the moonlight.
That's because it's reflecting heat from the sun.
Okay,
That'd still
the
work,
moon is
either
luminescent.
way.
Why does different parts of the moon luminesce at
reflecting-
different
wait.
times?
It's reflecting heat, so that would make it cooler in the moonlight than in the shade.
You
Are
said,
we still debating the curvature of the Earth?
Yeah.
oh,
Lack
you
thereof.
said the shade would be warmer. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah, the shade would be warmer.
Are we done
The
with
light-
autism yet? Can we?
I'm saying this is something you can test yourself. You can
No, I
all-
don't deny
Anyway.
you. The other chatters are being autistic. Okay, can we go back to the gravity thing? Okay.
Yes.
So you don't believe in gravity. So let's
Correct.
start with this right here. Tell me why you don't believe in gravity.
Because you can't prove it to me. It's a faith-based thing.
Okay, so explain
You
to
say
me
you can
if
prove it to me, but prove it to me.
when you say it to me when you drop something on the floor, what explains that thing sinking to the floor? Can you explain?
It's more dense than the air.
Okay, but why does it go
Therefore, it
down
sinks.
instead of up? What's
Because it's
pulling it
not
to
more
the
buoyant
ground?
than the air.
No. But when you
Geocentric
talk,
model.
stop. When you talk about buoyancy or you talk about density, you are talking about absolute directions of up and down. What we understand on Earth as directions of being up or down, these are things that are moving up out of a gravity well to areas of higher potential energy, or down into a gravity well towards areas of lower potential energy. So but you cannot use these definitions because you do not believe in gravity. So I'm asking you, if you have dense objects around each other, the dense objects will settle with the most dense objects being at the bottom, because the amount of matter or whatever in those objects is being attracted to the whatever planetary body they're on Earth, right? So I want you to explain how these things settle. You don't believe in gravity.
I don't know, dude. How much of this is like all theoretical, and how much can you actually prove?
What? We can test it right now. Go get water and oil and watch them not and well, I'm just asking you a
But
question.
how does that prove anything other than density and buoyancy?
Well, there's plenty of
Because there's direction to it.
There's plenty of proof for gravity. If you drop something or if you throw something, things act in very predictable ways. You can make there are a ton of formulas for predictions on how things function because of gravity.
But to me and to all other genuine flat earthers, that's just density and buoyancy. Like I want something that proves there's another force.
But your density, you can't explain to me why things go down instead of up with density and buoyancy.
I don't have to explain it. You
Why
can't
not?
prove gravity to
But
me,
you don't
so
have
it's-
no, because I can tell you that gravity explains all of these phenomenon, but to you, these are phenomena
You
that
have
are
to prove gravity first.
No, you don't. I can observe
Okay,
gravity.
so it's just faith-based. So I just
No,
have
it's
to
not
believe in it,
faith-based.
like-
I'm making
like
an
God.
observation of a
It's
force that's acting.
evidence-based.
Doonbug, thank you. That is the opposite of faith-based, Doonbug. Thank you for pointing that out to everybody. What I'm saying is that I can make an observation of a force, okay? You are making that same observation of the force. Since I can't tell you exactly how my observation works, you're trying to say that my observation is incorrect and you have no explanation for it?
I want you to prove it. I mean, why
What do
should
you
I
mean
believe
by
it if you can't
prove it
prove
to
it to
you?
me?
Your
Wait, what do you
observations
mean?
are based upon the one that you
I mean,
say
you're-
is untrue. Density is based on gravity. I'm pretty damn sure that gravity is of a bigger scale than density. I'm pretty
What?
sure.
Okay, hold on. What I'm asking you is, why do more dense objects settle instead of go up? Can you answer that question?
I can answer it in a way I understand it, but I don't think we're gonna
What
get
is the way? No. Tell me
anywhere
the
with
way that
this.
you understand it. If you're using logic and
because
rational.
they're more dense than the medium around
Okay,
them, which
finish
is the
the
air.
whole sentence. Because they are more dense than the
They
medium
sink
around
to the
them.
bottom.
Sink to the bottom. What is bottom? Define bottom. What does that mean?
Opposite of upwards.
I don't understand how we're getting caught up on this.
No. We're not getting caught up. I'm asking you to finish your definition. What is bottom? What is a bottom to you? In our current understanding of physics, a bottom is is going down in a gravity well. An up is escaping a gravity well, but you do not believe in gravity. So what is a bottom to you?
Somebody
The
kicks
Earth.
it in the ass.
Why is the Earth a bottom? What does it have a special attractive property? It sounds like you're describing gravity.
I mean, okay.
He's asking why things go up instead of down. Why things go down instead of up. What makes
Density and buoyancy.
Yes.
That's all
Yeah,
you can
but-
prove exist.
But
Why? But why?
Do you believe in a force that pulls things
What is
down
it?
towards the ground?
Mate, you can't get to 5 without adding 5 ones. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
What?
If that's 5 or 6. You can't find density. You can't know
Wait,
what
what?
You cannot know what density
Okay.
is without first understanding gravity, or understanding what gravity is. It's above density. It's a stepping stone. Gravity is the fucking bottom of the fucking. It's the base of the pyramid. For example, since the pyramid is a really sturdy structure. Density is not as big as. I kind of lost my point. So.
All right, but if you can't prove to me gravity exists, then you
Okay,
take that
okay,
faith,
okay.
right?
I'm not. No. Hold on. If you
Okay.
were in a spaceship, okay, and you were to put a dense object and then an object of less density beneath something else or whatever, do you think that it would settle? It wouldn't do anything, right? They would just float there, correct? Or
But-
do you not think that?
Well, I understand in your model, yeah, that
Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait,
I
let me
understand
back
the
up. Do you
heliocentric
believe that
model, but-
I'm not asking. Do you believe in outer space? Do you think that
no,
exists or no?
outer space
Okay.
goes out the window with the heliocentric lie.
Okay, never mind. Then I guess that question doesn't work.
Well-
Then I just need to ask you one more time. I need an answer from this. What does bottom mean to you? What does that mean?
The Earth we live on, the flat
Okay.
plane below us,
Why do things settle towards the Earth? What is your explanation for that?
because they're more dense than the air.
More dense, but why does it being more dense cause it to settle?
It's more
Towards the
dense
Earth.
than the medium.
Okay, but how does more density lead to it settling? I need a fundamental answer here. I can explain this with gravity, but I'm asking what your substitution is for it.
Hello.
It's really simple, dude. I don't understand.
Okay, then
How-
explain. What
okay,
it seems
so
like
it's
you're
more dense-
struggling a lot. Do you want me to explain to you exactly how it works and with
I
gravity?
don't think I'm struggling to explain it to you, but I feel like you're not trying to understand it.
I have a question that I think can progress
Like,
our
hey,
debate.
Shut
Destiny
up.
has a point. Destiny has a point. Like, why does like something like denser and matter cause it to fall to the ground instead of going up? Like, why? Like, what is the scientific phenomenon behind that? I guess.
Why towards the Earth rather than towards the sky?
Because it has weight. Because it's more dense than the air.
What does weight mean to you? What
Yes.
is weight?
What is weight?
It's more dense than the air, so it sinks.
Weight has nothing
Why
to do
does
with
density
Something simple.
cause? Stop.
Wait,
Just,
has
this
to
is
do
just. Oh my God! Please. This is the question. Okay. Why
I don't
does
think we're
something?
making any progress with this.
No, because this is the hole in your
And show
thinking.
why.
Because the problem is, do you know what density is in the heliocentric model? Okay, density is the volumetric mass density of a substance, okay? So in a given volume, you're measuring the amount of mass in that volume. If something taking up the same amount of volume as something else has more mass, it will move down in a gravity well over something else because matter attracts other matter. That's gravity. That's the force of gravity. That is why more dense things will settle against other things of lesser density, because the volumetric mass density is greater. There's more mass in the same amount of volume being attracted to the mass of the Earth, right? Does that make sense? That's how gravity explains how more dense things settle around less dense things. Since you do not have gravity, I need you to explain to me, how do things that are more dense than other things settle? Because there's no gravity acting on it. What's causing it to settle?
If you can't prove gravity exists, why do I have to explain anything?
I'm just asking for your explanation in your model. Say I'm a new student of your model and I ask you, hey, why do dense things settle? Newton over here has an explanation for it. What's your explanation?
Ooh, bro, let me ask you a question. Why does
Oh
the
my
universe
God.
exist?
Jesus.
Why does the universe exist?
Well,
Can we ban this
That
way
question,
intellectual?
that question as
It's the
challenging
polar bear.
as this one we're asking, because
you
you seem
answer
very
Destiny's
bamboozled.
question, not
We can't
yours?
find a definite. You just keep saying I don't know. You can't find a definite reasoning as to why density exists. Is the question is what we're talking about now as challenging as why does the universe exist? Are those two questions on the same level?
No, whoa, no. Just like let.
So why aren't we figuring this out? You're coming at
Because you keep interrupting, you fucking
Just
retard.
no, just let Earth is flat. Like
I'm not
fucking,
interrupting
like,
at all,
let
dude.
them
I'm letting
self,
y'all
and let
talk.
them like reply to Destiny's questions, man. You keep interrupting me, yelling at him, man. Just let him calm down. Let everyone chill the fuck out, and like we'll get to the bottom of this, alright?
I'm chill, dude. I'm trying to debate. Like,
Listen,
yeah,
I'm
this
just
is
here to
not
say-
even going
Retard.
anywhere. That's the problem. The conversation's not going very far. and
Okay,
I'm
but
just
if the
trying to-
conversation dies here, then this is the end of the conversation. Because
Okay,
he's
but then let me
explained
say
that he
something.
can't explain. What?
I'm just here to say I think everybody here should do their own research and look into what flat earthers actually believe.
Okay, but you can't even tell me. You're making a claim that more dense things settle, but you can't give me a definitive bottom. You can't tell me what bottom means. You can't tell me why things
I
settle.
can tell you, yeah, the earth below us. That's the
Can
bottom.
you,
is
can
where-
you
Why-
maybe link some sources that you've used in the past?
No, no,
Yeah, sure.
no. I don't want to see a flat Earth source. Okay, I want somebody
Share
with
what
a
you've
basic
learned.
understanding of physics to talk to me and tell me why do things settle towards the Earth. You need, and I'm telling you because. I'll even be generous and maybe flat Earth is possible, but you need to explain. You need to create some sort of fictitious force. It wouldn't be fictitious to you, but you need to create some sort of force that the Earth magically attracts things. If you don't believe in gravity, you need to create a substitution for it. Okay? That's on you. I don't know what flat earthers believe, but you guys would need to create something to explain why more dense objects settle. because the way that we explain it with our current understanding of physics is because of mass, matter, and volume. These are all things that matter when gravity is involved. But if you don't have gravity, you need to create another force to explain these things. Does that make sense?
Those things crop up from gravity.
No, I don't understand why density isn't an acceptable answer. Why objects being more dense than the air wouldn't make
Okay,
more sense.
let's start over, okay? And as soon as you feel... Okay, so if you want, when I'm finished with my line of questioning, you can ask me, and I will give you concrete answers for every question I ask you, okay? So here is my question. If I hold a ball and I let go of it, why does the ball move down?
Because the ball is more dense than the air.
Okay, what causes it to move down instead of left or right or up? Why does it move down?
Would you want to just like make up a name for it?
Sure, I call it gravity. What do you call it? What? No,
Okay,
but no.
like
Listen to me, because you're doing this awkward laugh right now, but you really can't give me an answer. I'm asking you a very simple question. When I let go of the ball, why doesn't it being more dense cause it to move to the left or the right or up? Why does it move down?
And you can't give me an answer when I ask you to prove
I can give you an
gravity to me,
answer.
so
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you want me to do when I prove? Okay, my proof of
Give me an
gravity is when I
experiment I
let
can
go.
do.
Sure, if you let go of a ball, it moves down. There's my proof of gravity. Now disprove it.
it's just density. It's just the object is more
Okay,
dense than the
if
air
you
around it.
if your
How do you prove that
alternative
it's not?
shut the fuck up, Mug. So your alternative explanation is that density is causing it to move down, right?
Yes.
Why does the density explain it moving down instead of left or right or up? Okay, you can't
Because
answer
that's how
that
we
question.
observe it to work.
What do you mean? No. What?
Yeah, there's more.
Okay, so your explanation is unsatisfactory. So I'll go back to my explanation. This isn't the only evidence for gravity either, okay? So gravity causes it to fall down into a gravity well, right? Can you give me any alternative explanation to that?
I guess not, according to you.
Well, but you haven't. What is your explanation? Is it moves down because it feels like it, or what?
Because
You
it's-
said
because more dense objects more dense than the medium around them sink.
sink to what?
Until,
If I were to cut
until
okay,
they aren't.
let's say that we believe in flat Earth. Let's say that I get Goku to fire a giant power Kamehameha wave through the planet, okay? If I were to drop the object, would it just fall through the Earth and keep going down forever?
We can't test that, so I don't know. I believe in things you can test and prove.
So okay, so when you say it sinks or goes down, what is it? It's being drawn to the Earth? It goes down to the Earth?
It goes down until it is either equal density as the air around it, or until it reaches something it can't go further than.
Okay, so
Like
what
the
if you
Earth.
keep cutting a hole beneath it? How will it just never stop? It'll just go down infinitely?
I don't know. We
is
can't
how it
test
works.
that.
And you can't even postulate. You can't
Why
give
would
any
I?
kind of guess. Why would you? Why would you
We
try to
can't test it.
answer a
Why would I even
hypothetical?
bother?
I mean, we've got
Theorizing.
rocket ships and satellites and all this other stuff that goes around the Earth and shit that are all testable, real things. I mean, and you can't even answer this hypothetical?
No, can't answer it. I
just
don't
don't
see
want
why
to.
you would want me to. We
Okay.
Can't prove it.
Okay, so you don't have a satisfactory explanation for when things sink, why they sink, why they go down instead of up, or what's drawing them down, or why things that are more dense move down. You don't have any answers to that, right?
I mean, I can keep giving you the same answer, but yeah, it's not satisfactory to you.
And your same answer is what? One more time, sorry.
That objects more dense than the air around them, or the medium they're in, will sink.
Yeah, but I'm asking why they sink instead of rise. What was the answer to that? They just do? Every time I try to
just
ask you
natural
this, you...
physics. That's just how it works. That's how we
No,
observe it works.
no. But we're talking about how it works. And every time I ask you this, you deflect it. Well, can you prove gravity to me? I'm asking you, why does it sink instead of rise? You can't give me an answer to that, right? Or can you?
No, I can't.
Why can't you? It's a
What's
simple
your answer
option.
to yourself? How do you justify it to yourself?
It's more dense. Like, how many times do I have to say it, dude? It's more
I
dense.
know, I
than the air
understand it's
around
more
it.
dense, but why does it being more dense cause it to sink instead of rise?
That's how it works.
Why does it work that way?
We go to heaven and we go to hell.
There's no
That's how it
answer in
works.
physics that says
Okay.
that's how it works.
Okay. All right.
Like when it comes to like dense, you're talking about like
Look.
you're neutral. I guess your thing is the air, right? Like if it's denser than the air, then it goes down and up or whatever.
Right.
So are you saying when something falls, is like the air acting upon the actual object? Like is the air pushing it down or?
No, the object is more dense, so it goes down anyway. The air is less dense, so it just doesn't do it. It isn't strong enough to not. It does affect it, it does slow it, but the air isn't. It's not how you're portraying it.
He didn't ask you.
Damn.
Earth is flat. Wouldn't have said that. I'm guessing.
Okay, but not asking you.
Damn. Can we not? Damn, guys.
Fuck, dude.
Got some savagery going on here.
You got me, man. You fucking got me.
He didn't ask you. That's just.
Well, Earth is flat. You explain for yourself then.
No, because like I guess
You can't test that, Fly Pizza Die.
Wait, can't test what?
I think
The-
it's in chat.
I was talking to the guy in chat.
Earth
You
is
said
flat.
if you drop
I
a
think
ball below the earth, does it still fall?
I think technically you believe in a concept very similar to gravity. You're not saying it.
Yeah, density and
You
buoyancy.
don't believe in the heliocentric form of gravity where it's heavy matter at a blank area will cause a gravity well or whatever, but you believe that there is a downwards pulling force that would bring something towards the Earth, or else you wouldn't have a reason for why something more dense than another object would sink through said object. Like
Hold the
there's no
fuck up.
reason if you don't believe in some form of what we call gravity, you might call it by something else, but you believe in some form of gravity. You have to, or else there's no way that what you're saying could ever work. That's why a dense object will go through a less dense object in a heliocentric model. It's because of gravity. Otherwise, if gravity doesn't exist, then it'll just float. It won't go through. There's nothing to drive the more dense object through it. Yeah?
I don't know, dude. You lost me. This isn't really going anywhere. There's a lot of other points I'd like to talk about, but
Is it not
Okay.
going on because
think
we
you
can't
should
answer
just-
the questions, or you're not?
How do you
think
how do you
about that?
explain GPS working?
it can all work with ground-based technology.
Okay, but none of the people that are involved in all these private companies, you think all of these people are in on the scam and nobody's leaked it? All of these people that are involved in launching satellites and getting everything positioned correctly, all of these people are involved in this giant scam to trick us into thinking the
Well, they
Earth is...
don't launch
The
satellites.
US Air
Satellites don't
Force.
exist. It can all be done with ground-based
If
technology.
satellites
But
don't
yeah,
exist, how does
people are being
GPS
deceived.
work? Do you
So
understand? You
they
understand
have-
that GPS stands for Global Positioning Satellite, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So,
Destiny, the U.S. Air Force is the one that does the GPS. They own it and shit.
all right, it's actually a global positioning system. My bad. But what?
gonna
Wait,
say.
so yeah. What? So how does GPS work then if satellites aren't involved?
It can all work with ground-based technology.
How?
All right, prove to me satellites exist.
Okay, I mean, I can watch
That's-
videos of them being launched and shit. Like, what do you mean?
You can watch live feeds of a satellite on the.
Can you have a satellite take a picture of another one? An actual picture?
Yes, we have video footage of the
right,
ISS,
link me
like
that.
seeing. Okay, hold on.
The guy, the state in the state and city I'm in, an astronaut lives in here, Houston, Texas. His name is Scott Kelly. He's a bald.
Oh,
guy.
he's a Freemason. Yeah, you know that guy.
Okay, same people. Hold up. I was waiting for that, guys.
Hold up.
Same
What-
people.
what-
Freemasons,
Oh,
conspiracy, Illuminati. They're the ones controlling the outsides of the United Nation map. They're the ones that can see over the side of the Earth. They're the ones that can test if you
God
get
damn
a
it.
fucking ball and you drop it over
yeah.
the side of the Earth. So that you
Wait.
can test that. You can
So
test
there
it if you
is-
drop the ball over the side of the Earth. Will it keep on falling?
Wait.
What do you think?
Wait, what?
Damn it.
What'd you say?
Con-
How'd you get there?
conspiracists, the people that keep us in the unknown, the people that make us think that the Earth is a round ball. They're the ones that control the border. They're the ones that stop people before they fly off the side of the Earth. If just a random worker over there on Antarctica's very edge dropped a ball off the edge of the Earth, would it keep on falling from density?
Why do you assume the edges go down?
Doesn't necessarily believe there's
Because
an
that's
edge.
That's what you assumed. You said the geocentric
that
model
make
is
it
dense.
No,
Down is
that's
down.
what
there
we're
was
told
a-
in school, is that you couldn't live on a flat Earth because the water would fall off.
Okay,
But the model I'm
how
proposing is the
how do
ice
you
walls hold the
explain-
water in.
how do you explain all of these images from the ISS? The images
They're all
that
easily faked. Show me
Fake.
some images.
are. Okay,
Oh.
so well, you're gonna say that every
That's
image then is
incredible.
just Photoshop then?
You can easily just dismiss
I could-
everything.
I
It's
could
like
show you why,
Photoshop
though.
and stuff, dude.
Well, there's nothing
Oh,
to say
yeah.
why. You're just gonna say that every image. So like this image right here, this image is just fake. They just made it up in Photoshop, right? And
Yeah, I mean, unless you can prove to me they didn't.
how can I ever prove to you that, dude?
That's scary as fuck.
How about a live stream from the moon or something? How about a live stream of a rocket going up?
They've done like
Oh,
There are
There's
plenty of
going
live
on.
streams of
I,
like.
I linked you a live stream from a satellite
I
earlier.
live in Florida. I've watched
That one's
rockets go
easily
up.
faked.
Okay, but the problem
a
is
live
everything
stream.
is fake to you, dude. Like, what are we supposed to give you as evidence if you say that every single live stream is fake?
If it really was a sphere like they say it was, or no, it's pear-shaped now. If it really was the shape they say it was, they could be doing a lot more to prove it.
Like,
Everything
wait, a
they
lot
do
more to
is
prove
really
what?
shady.
Like what?
And-
Name one thing.
Like
So
a
how-
live, a 24/7 live stream of the Earth spinning from space.
There is.
Just said stream
There
is
is.
fake.
Linked
I've
it.
watched
There
it.
is
The
one.
live stream of the International
Okay, link
Space
it to me.
Station.
Let's look at it.
Someone just linked
It's in
it.
chat,
Did you
no,
know?
retard.
But this isn't good. Yeah, I mean they have this, but he's gonna say it's fake.
You see, you say they haven't done enough to prove it. I don't need to prove it to myself.
Pre-recorded
I have a
footage.
go
How
for
come
it.
when you send
If I want
how come when you send
I have
up an
another
air
one,
balloon
put them on top of
that
each other,
doesn't have a
have
fish
two
islands?
I need nothing else for me to know. That's 2 Go-Gurt cups. It's the same thing with the round Earth because that's the general scientific method.
Why are you still talking?
How come when you send up an air balloon without a fisheye lens at 120,000 feet, which is like 4 times higher than airplanes fly, there's no curvature at all?
The same
And
reason
then
you can see the
horizon
black of
rises
outer
to your eye
space and
level.
still see a flat Earth at that image you linked. There's not enough of the Earth for it to be seen.
I want to hear more about this Go-Gurt.
You'll understand that even in
That's
that video
efficient.
you
I know
link, there is still some on
That's
account of
mathematics.
curvature
That's
there.
true.
I mean, if you take like a baseball and hold it in front of you, if you look at it at the perfect angle, it still looks 2D from that one perspective.
Okay, wait. Technically, you can only perceive things in 2D because you're a three-dimensional being. Firstly, secondly, why do you care? Or what is your response to the ISS feed? Is this all faked? Is that what you're saying? That all this footage is just fake right now? That it's a
Yeah.
big... Okay.
They've just got a special lens.
What
I'm
do
guessing.
people need to do to prove to you that the Earth isn't flat? What would be? You said they could be doing so much more to prove it. Can
This
you
is
name-
really low to the ground,
What is?
and this is
I'm not
this
asking
thing
about
I'm
any.
watching right
I don't
now?
care. Oh wait, what? What is? The
someone
ISS
linked
thing?
ISS live stream
How do you know it's really low to the ground?
It's like 2 miles up.
because I've looked at tons of air balloon footage from 120,000 feet up.
Do you have a
This could
degree
easily be
in
faked with a fisheye lens. And
aeronautics or something? Okay, this could be. So no amount of proof is good enough for you. The easy
That's not
litmus
true.
test. I'm showing you a feed from the International Space Station that is a collaboration of multiple countries and multiple generations of people across the planet that have worked to put this thing into space. That we have living people on right now. That we've brought living people back from. That we have mountains of documented evidence and a multiple institutions from different countries around the world, both academic and government institutionalized and private sector, right? That all believe in this thing. And you're telling me that all of it is faked. What is your proof?
Yes.
A shitty video of a high altitude retard that doesn't have a degree in anything, that has
So
no
when
idea
they
what
do
he's
the
talking
fake
about?
spacewalks, it's faked in a pool. When they're
Where's your
inside,
proof
they're
of that?
either
Prove
faked.
it. Prove it. Prove it.
Okay, I'll prove it to you. if
Okay,
you
prove
want.
it. Okay,
Link or
prove it.
Ben, link or Ben.
He's gonna link a
Hey,
picture.
excuse
of
me,
this
I have a
guy.
question. I have a
Tell us
question
what
for
you
Earth
learned
is
from
flat
your
guy.
link.
Oh.
I don't give a fuck about your link. Tell me what you learned about your link.
Polar bear.
I have a question about
Famous
like
model,
for
guys.
the Earth is flat guy.
Okay, so you can
It's so
watch
hostile, man.
tons of
I'm
those
not very
spacewalks
hostile,
and you'll
guys.
see
I'm
bubbles
really
coming
point.
up.
I'm
You
not
agree
hostile, I
that in the
promise.
heliocentric model in space, there shouldn't be bubbles rising, right?
I don't know.
Unless
Let
they're
me see.
faking
Link
it in
me
a
a
pool.
video. Link me. How is it
Link it.
in your world? How is it that we're so good and so intelligent and so able to fake these massive conspiracy theories, but random people like you can point out bubbles on a video. Don't you think there's a more reasonable explanation? Couldn't they just Photoshop that out? If they're capable of Photoshopping everything having to do with curiosity and everything going on Mars and everything going on with all these, with the moon landing, if they're good enough to Photoshop and fake all of this evidence, why would they leave bubbles on it so that internet detectives could figure out that it's all a hoax? Don't you think that's a little bit inconsistent?
Liars, dude. They're backtracking liars.
What do you mean they're back? But why? But that no. I'm not talking about them being liars because you're contending that they are very good liars, correct? That's why they're able to trick the entire Earth into believing in this heliocentric nonsense. So why is it that really good liars like that are capable of photoshopping?
You when you're like 4 or 5 years old in a classroom before you can even like.
Okay, but don't you think if there were like air bubbles and shit coming up on like a fucking thing that a lot of people might be wondering like, well, what's going on? Don't you think they would work hard to Photoshop these things away if they can Photoshop entire?
You believe it's so ingrained into you, you don't even question it.
Show me
that's my thing.
Ask me a question and show me what's ingrained in me that they tell me that's wrong. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
How'd they convince the people whenever they originally developed the heliocentric model
what
that
shape
the
is
Earth
the
wasn't flat?
It's a circle.
Okay,
that's
so secret societies, Freemasonry has been around for a long time.
You know the Freemasonry isn't
roots.
a secret society, right? You can join it. You go talk to a Masonic.
Yeah,
lodge
you
and
can
just
join it, and you don't even know anything until your 33rd degree.
You can work for McDonald's.
Oh.
That's why they say they'll kill you if you tell their secrets. That's like, they don't hide that. Anyways, the roots are in the Talmud, I think.
What's the incentive of
I'm sorry.
faking all
Where
this,
I thought
though?
you were gonna. Can you please show me how all of the moonwalks are fake?
Just link me one.
What? No, you link
No,
me.
you
one,
link
dog.
us one.
Yeah, link us a fake moonwalk to prove that it's all fake.
Link me a real moonwalk. I'll prove to you why
No,
it's fake.
no.
Okay, hold on.
No. Everything we've linked from now on, you can say that it's fake. Why can't we say that everything you linked is fake? Like, come on, man.
Here. And Earth
not
is
the
flat.
same.
Earth is flat.
It's not.
I have a question for
It
you.
is the
I have a
same.
question for you.
It's evidence that contributes to your ideology, dude.
Alright.
That guy hasn't said anything. Let him talk.
Yeah, I have a question. What's the incentive of faking all this?
Okay, so without the heliocentric model, the idea of a creator goes out the window because everything's everything's random. Nothingness exploded into all of this reality somehow.
I don't believe that. I believe in other
Evolution
stuff.
goes out the window because in the flat Earth model,
Okay,
there's a dome above us
no,
and you can
fuck
go
off.
to space.
Click my link and tell me how this is faked. Click my link and tell me how this is faked.
Okay.
3 minutes.
Oh, the bubbles, dude.
Did you find them? I'm still looking for them.
Nah, I missed me.
Yeah, well, they're definitely in a pool.
Okay, tell me how you know that.
Oh my fucking god.
I see them. 33 seconds. 33 to 35. You can see the bubbles moving all in one direction. So they don't do it straight upwards so that, you know, you kind of throw people off.
Wait, 33 to 35. Where? Take a
You
screenshot
mean
and
the
circle
stars?
They're like
How do you-
particles, dude. Or they're like trash.
They're
particles.
bubbles, all moving in the
Do
same
you
How do you
direction.
make?
Stars?
Prove
Wait,
their
how do you
bubbles.
make
No,
bubbles?
prove their bubbles. Prove their bubbles.
They're all moving in the same
Prove their
direction.
bubbles. Prove their bubbles.
They're like
You're
wrong.
moving in-
bubbles.
Whoa,
Prove their
wait, Earth
bubbles.
is flat. Earth
Wait.
is flat. You said they were moving in different directions a
Fucking
second ago.
Prove
No,
their
they're all
bubbles.
bubbles don't
They're
move in
not-
different directions. They all
Yeah,
rise
they
to the
move inside.
surface.
But you
Prove their
just said
bubbles.
that.
Prove their
I didn't
bubbles.
say that. I said
Can you
they're all
prove their
moving in the
bubbles?
same direction.
Can you prove their bubbles? Didn't think so. All right, well, I win.
Woo!
Wait, where are
You
the
got me, dude.
bubbles?
You got
You
me.
mean like little dust motes in the stars and the blackness off to the
Yeah,
left?
those are the dust motes. Those are not bubbles.
Like
Why
that's
is there dust in
like
space?
are you talking like towards the bottom of like whatever this
It's
is?
kind of
in
hard to
dot?
describe.
Like,
Dude,
where-
how retarded are you that like people live
Why
in
is there
like,
dust in
200
space,
BC?
dude?
It's kind of hard to explain, but it's not bubbles, dude.
Why is there craters on the moon?
Alright, my point is this is easily faked in a pool.
Everything is fake, dude.
Your point is what? Yeah, I'm just gonna say everything is fake.
How do you know?
So,
How do you
I'm
know
just a crazy
density? How do
person.
you know someone didn't fake density is here and just tell
Dude,
you that?
Destiny is fake.
Because I
Oh,
don't believe authority figures blindly.
Really?
I
Did so
tested
you
for
figured out
myself.
flat Earth all over all?
Did you
Flat
think of
Earth?
the word density yourself, or did you learn that in school?
Is density? I mean, density might be a concept you created because the way you describe it isn't like anything I've ever. I mean, it could be possible.
Damn.
Whoop.
Can you go back to
Alright,
gravity? That
so
was like a nice talk.
if anyone is genuinely interested, you should look this up for yourself. If what I say is true and there's a massive conspiracy, there's going to be controlled opposition. So don't just see one video and see someone acting like a retard and say, okay, this whole thing's retarded. Actually look into it. See what people do.
This was the video?
You may all have to
You know you've just committed
use your discernment.
Scotsman fallacy, yes?
Well, people who make videos would have an authority over the people who watch them, because people would believe the people watching the videos.
But if they show you something an experiment you can do and test for yourself, then you don't.
I just dropped my mouse on my mouse pad and gravity pulled it down, so I just experimented in gravity and I saw it right there, dude.
That's because the ground is more dense. No, the mouse.
The problem is that the mouse is more dense than the air around it, so it's going to fall regardless.
Wait.
Actually,
So
yeah,
there-
yeah.
there's
it. I'm pretty sure that
Destiny, here's a good example. So in labs, they've made vacuums, so airless chambers. Just when you drop something in a vacuum, it still drops towards the bottom, even though there's no air.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll link it before.
Whoa!
Wait, why
It's
did
just more dense than the nothingness around it. That's his reasoning.
Oh, there you go, dude.
don't give him the out,
So
dude.
it's a 100% vacuum. You can prove
There
it.
you go.
Wait, isn't nothing everything? Earth is flat?
Well, even if he can't like prove it, wouldn't it within your model still just fall because it would be more dense than nothing? Because anything would be more dense than nothing. So it would still just fall.
If nothing's nothing.
No,
yeah.
because there's
Like
nothing
I
there,
said,
though.
I'm dead certain that you believe in the concept of gravity. You just won't call it gravity.
Yeah, because gravity lends credence to heliocentrism, so he probably wouldn't call it that.
That's the
You still can't prove it.
That's the
Like everything you say says that you believe in the concept of gravity. You just refuse to call it gravity for whichever reason.
I think it also plays into like a failure to understand what gravity does. Like to sit here and to try to explain the concept of density while being oblivious to what gravity is a little bit humorous. Like if you have
I think
two
I
dense
understand
objects.
the heliocentric model better than most people.
No, but you don't
It's
understand
not.
what density is. Like you really don't know what it is at all. But you're trying to say that it's a substitution for gravity when density is really just an explanation of a phenomenon resulting from gravity. Like in space, two dense objects with no gravity would just float next to each other. Nothing will settle or move. But you don't understand that because you're trying to make explanations for things that are occurring that are resulting from gravity, but you don't want to acknowledge gravity's existence. I think is what's going on. Again, you can go read it up on it. You can give me any definition. You cannot find me a definition of density that doesn't involve gravity. You can't find me. I'll challenge you to do it right now if you think you can. Or you can explain to me, what do you think density is? What does it mean when something is more dense than something else? What do you think that means?
Mass and volume. That's what density is. D equals mb.
What?
That's exactly what the density is. Mass, the mass of an object, and the volume. I'm pretty sure. Let me Google. Equation of density.
All I'm gonna
Mass
say at this
divided by
point
volume.
is look into it for yourselves.
Why? You look in it. If you believe in it, and if it's the truth, you can prove it to us because we're not thinking the right way. We're not thinking the correct way. So prove it
I
to
can't
me.
prove it to anybody.
Put me in
dude.
my place.
All anyone
I would just
can
say
do
that
is
if you have the
correct
opportunity
themselves.
to, I would look into like gravity and shit because those are some real dank memes. They seem to be pretty good. I don't know.
You've provided no reason to look into this over anything else. Like, there's no reason to look into this over any other ideology whatsoever.
We're proving you wrong.
You sounded a bit like an authority
Alright.
figure, bro. Like, I don't know if I should trust you or not.
Like you could walk up and tell me
It sounded very like
you
authority.
could
from
walk
the
up and tell me that the
subject,
Matrix
like, I don't know,
is real
man.
with just as much just as much backing as you have. Like, I could explain to you why the Matrix is real and tell you that you should just go look into it, even if you disprove everything I say.
Really good movie.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, it is
Okay.
Technically,
not
the
the
Matrix
actual
is real,
Matrix.
I suppose.
Yeah.
We live in a
Not
computer.
not like
Elon
not
Musk
like the
gets so-
Matrix, but
Personally, I thought The Matrix was pretty good.
You just
until it
provided
was
no
made by-
reason
until I
for
found
us
out it
to
was
go
made by transgender
research
people.
this further.
Moles and something.
Well,
Nah, that
yeah,
was
the
someone
dome, the firmament is in the Bible.
Oh,
I'm not saying it's a
Bible.
man-made dome.
Dog.
Wait, so you believe the Bible, but you don't believe?
Do you believe that Jesus Christ?
I
is
don't
the only
believe flat
Son of
Earth
God?
because of the Bible, but I take the Bible a lot more, or I think of the Bible a lot more differently now that I'm a flat Earther.
Wait, isn't the Bible
I
an
believe in the
authority
flat
figure?
Earth because, all right, here's
Isn't
a
the
good
Bible
one.
made by authority
Look at the
figures?
stars. Look at the
Why
star
do you believe the
trails.
Bible?
Do you know you guys know what time lapse photography is? You know when there's like extended
Isn't
exposure on a camera, it takes more light.
Dude, I can't hear
So
Wait,
him,
let him
the
man.
speak. Wait, let him
there's a
speak.
trail
Let
of
him speak.
stars.
Let him speak, dude. Let him voices.
So yeah, look up star trails or take some yourself. Take some pictures yourself with a camera.
We already have. That's
long
already.
You'll notice
exposure
that.
shot?
You'll notice that all the stars form perfect concentric circles around Polaris, the North Star, which never moves. And if we're having all these simultaneous motions, you know, at crazy speeds, and we can't prove any of it, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty crazy.
it's
Like
the
all, those
rotation
stars
of the
wouldn't
Earth.
form perfect circles like that if we were doing all these different motions around the sun.
It feels perfect,
No,
doesn't
it's the rotation of the Earth.
If you study the bodies above us,
like,
the
doesn't
celestial
that
bodies, you
mean
can
that,
see
like-
they're moving around us. We are stationary.
No, it's the rotation of the Earth. Those bodies are so ludicrously far away.
All right,
the
I actually have to go now.
difference
I gotta take the dogs
is-
out.
Oh my!
So everybody look
Flat
into
Earth,
it.
do you realize that the North Star
Those
doesn't
are
love you,
like
Destiny.
hundreds of thousands of light years away. Like it's impossible for us to make out the difference. of like
Listen,
a couple
can you just do me a
10,000
favor,
miles.
dude? Can you just go look into it before you talk to us about the stars and shit? I'll look
Space
into it.
doesn't exist.
Here, back and go look into it.
Like I'm pretty sure I remember this bit from Boy Scouts about how like star
They're
seasons
like the
and shit
sun.
were.
No,
The dome, hey, the dome
But
just has
I
big
suppose that
stars
was my Boy
drawn
Scout
on it by the
authority
government.
figures telling me lies to keep me believing in the heliocentric lie.
Hey, look, the fucking the dome that's over the Earth just has big stars drawn in it, made by the government, just to fool you into thinking there's actual real
By the
stars.
creator, not by the government.
Yeah, but
Operator.
Hey, the
Nah,
creator
dude,
Yeah,
it was
admin of the
Obama
Matrix, dude.
Hussein.
Hey,
He's the admin of the Matrix, dude.
hey,
Barack Hussein Obama. That's who it was.
Alabama.
Just like
Hey,
his
can't say
son.
I refuse to believe that he honestly believes the flat Earth. I
He
can't.
doesn't. He just,
I can't believe it. He has to be fake.
What's it called? In denial.
I don't know if you've heard of
Oh,
things
dude,
like
a lot of
people
people
call
do
delusions.
that, dude.
People
But
in
people
200
have them
BC
and generally
could like,
believe them.
yeah, dude.
It's-
People in
yeah,
like
it's almost
200
like
BC
tasting
could
a
like
bean, dude.
get.
Dude, the polar bear. Whenever there's like a debate or an argument or something, don't like bust in and go off on crazy tangents and shit like you were like every other minute.
I'm either really silent.
You were definitely not very silent. You were busting in just about every other word that he was trying to say with like
No.
some crazy tangent about the moon or something.
No, I
whenever
wasn't.
we're trying to get. Yeah, yes, you were.
Yeah,
Oh,
whenever
buddy.
the
Did
point presented
anybody
was
else
finished.
witness him?
What was all that about the Gogurt?
Prove the seasons, dude. Prove the seasons.
Personally,
Dude,
I prefer
dude.
when we talk about communism.
Dude,